Alright, for today's activity, I'd like you on 4 small pieces of paper to write things a person might do. Try to write 2 that are fairly normal, like making a cup of coffee, and then write 2 that are creative, like how to make a dinosaur pudding or something like that, how to time travel. 2 that are normal, 2 that are creative, but things a person might want to do or need to do. And then the class leader will draw one of these pieces of paper, and I'd like you with your partner to break that activity down into 3 steps. So if you draw, for example, making a cup of coffee, you might say, well, there are 3 steps to making a cup of coffee. First, you put in the grounds, then you put in the water, then you turn on the machine and wait. Something like that. Or if it's, how to make dinosaur pudding, you have to use your imagination. There are 3 steps to making dinosaur pudding. First, you build a time machine, then you go back in time to get the dinosaur eggs, then you come forward in time to your kitchen to cook the pudding. Something like that, right? Just practice taking an activity and breaking it down into 3 steps. If you do this very quickly and there's more time, see if you can break each of those steps down into 3 steps. So to make dinosaur pudding, there are 3 steps. First, you build a time machine. Second, you go back in time to get the dinosaur eggs. Third, you come forward in time to your kitchen and cook. So first, when you build your time machine, you need to establish some sense of gravitational warp using Einstein's general relativity. Second, configure your spaceship or time machine to take advantage of this whatever. Okay, so clearly I'm not ready for that, but you can try it, right? The whole point here is practicing putting your ideas into order. And if you're able to finish this step, where you have your 3 main steps, and then 3 steps in each step, then you can go on to the last part, which is, in important situations, writers or teachers or communicators will try to encode the 3 steps every way they can. So for example, in an emergency, when someone is hurt, if you are a first responder, a paramedic, a fireman, a police officer, you will probably know, at least in English, the ABCs of first response: airway, breathing, circulation. If someone is very hurt, first you check their airway, nothing in their mouth, nothing in their throat. Then you check their breathing. Are they breathing in and breathing out? If not, maybe give them resuscitation. Then you check their circulation. Is their heart beating? Is there blood pooling in parts of their body? And you try to help with that. So that's in a high intensity situation when your mind is very confused. A person has tried to help you remember. They say ABC, airway, breathing, circulation. Maybe you can try to organize your 3 steps with ABC, or organize them with parallel sounds. For example, in English, we learn if your clothes catch fire, you stop, drop, and roll. You stop, drop on the ground, and roll to smother the fire, to stop the fire. Again, if your clothes are on fire, your mind is going to be panicking, so they've tried to make it easy. You can hear the sound, the parallel rhyme: stop, drop, and roll. Right? And even in advertising, they might use parallel sounds, like with your shampoo: lather, rinse, repeat. So whatever you draw, first, try to say the 3 main steps. You do this activity in 3 main steps. 1, 2, 3. Then if you have more time, you break it down further. In step 1, you do this first, this second, this third. In step 2, you do this first, this second, this third. Try to restate the main step each time you move to the next main step. And if you finish that as well, see if you can encode it with something the reader already knows or some parallelism.